Good day! This is Ken from the Educational Engineering team. For today's course, we'll be proceeding for the next level of the electronics for kids, which is the level 2. This is going to be all about on the hands-on STEM for elementary kids that has specially been designed for preteens to introduce them to wonders of electronics like physical computing and robotics through exciting hands-on STEM activities designed keeping in mind the fact that these years are when the skill development process in children is actually the most active. Now, with its clear explanation and an assortment of exciting STEM activities for kids, hands-on STEM for elementary kids will have students build their own DIY projects with ease. Now, for the learning objectives for this course, after completing this curriculum, we will be expecting for you that you will have a basic understanding of electronics, physical computing, and robotics. The activities in this curriculum will focus on experiential learning, and this will help the students to develop skills such as the DIYing, problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, and teamwork. So for today's course outline on the level 2 for electronics for kids is that first we'll head on to the lecture on conductors and insulators, and then I'll introduce you to how to touch piano. Then after that, we'll be introducing you to mini fan. Now this will also involve activities for you to have a hands-on learning. And then lastly, we'll tackle on Toby's head moves. So this is also going to be an activity. So pretty much this is going to be an exciting course for you. So without much further ado, let's head on to our first topic: conductors and insulator. In this activity, first we will learn about conductors and insulators and then classify different objects into conductors and insulators using e-Vive capacitive touch sensors. First of all, what is a conductor? Basically, these are just some materials that allow electric current to flow more freely than others. These materials are called conductors. Now, this is due to the free charge on the conductor which can move. When there is no voltage, the charge is equally distributed across the material. So basically, conductors are materials that permit electrons to flow freely from particle to particle. Now, an object made of a conducting material will permit charge to be transferred across the entire surface of the object. Now, what are some examples of a good conductor? Here we have silver, gold, iron, seawater, fruits, and vegetables. We also have aluminum, mercury, copper, gold. Now, actually, most metals are excellent electric conductors. The element that is the best electrical conductor is silver here. And liquids that contain ions also conduct electricity, and this would include the salt solutions, acids, and even bases. Now, what is an insulator? An insulator is the opposite of a conductor. Now, insulator opposes the flow of electricity. Insulators are important to keep us safe from electricity. The wire that carries electricity to your computer or television is covered with a rubber-like insulator that protects you from getting electrocuted. Now, insulator does not distribute charge. So they basically help reduce the risk of electrical fires by keeping the electricity in the designated area, while the components of the circuit board are made of conductive materials that all the flow of electricity through them as it should. Now, for me, the importance of insulators is that it opposes the flow of electricity. These are important to keep us safe from electricity. Now, the wire that carries electricity to your computer or television is covered with a rubber-like insulator that would protect you from getting electrocuted. Now, here are some good insulators That would include glass, air, and paper. Touch sensors. eVive has 12 touch sensors at the bottom left corner. You connect a male-to-male jumper wire to touch sensor 1. Now, switch on eVive, you will see the menu. If not, send or press on eVive's navigation key. Go to the touch sensors option, then touch the free end of the jumper wire, and then a sound will come whenever you touch it. An important thing to remember here is that the number of charge available in an object can actually vary. Like a small spoon will have less charge than a steel plate, and this is neutralized by initializing the channel whenever you enter the touch sensor menu. So, if your sensor is not detecting the object, then try to go back into the main menu and go to touch channel. This will reset the value. Now here, let's get to a hands-on activity for conductors versus insulators. So you would be needing an eVive, a male-to-male jumper, wires, or alligator clips. You would also need objects to identify. So for the first step, you need to connect different objects around you to touch sensors using jumper wires or alligator clips. Step 2, you need to navigate to touch sensor. So in order to do that, switch on eVive, then inside eVive's menu, navigate to touch sensor using navigation keys. Then don't touch the objects while navigating to touch sensors. Now, one by touch the object and identify whether it's a conductor or an insulator. If the object responds to the touch, then it's a conductor, or else it's an insulator. And then find out and fill the details inside the observation table.